Welcome back to Batman Arkham Asylum. Ivy's doing her plant mischief, pretty much ruined our Batcave. Now we're gonna give her a stern talking to's after we listen to Morph Croc.
I got a few choice words for that, Pamela Isley, like you and R and,
I believe the word you're searching for, Master Wayne, is bitch.
yeah, we'll go with that.
I remember now. The word I was thinking of was bitch. Like he just completely invalidates any help.
Yeah.
I mean, that does kind of feel like what half of the Batman writers like to emphasize.
Well, here's a bit of dark comedy for you.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you eat. It's gotta come out somewhere.
Give that back. Sure, but you'll have to wait a while for this.
Ohio. Good night, everybody.
Oh, man.
There you go.
You know, this is kind of the weirdest freaking subject for me to bring up all of a sudden. But I know that Rocksteady is currently only known for like their offerings to the DC universe, like with the Arkham games and that upcoming Suicide Squad game.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be some weird shit if at some point or another they were commissioned to do something that's a little out of their, for lack of a better word, comfort zone, and they were commissioned to make, I don't know, like an adaptation of the Animaniacs?
That'd be interesting. I do know that there was. Go ahead. I was about to say, I do know that there was a big rumor for a while now, and I honestly wouldn't be against it. But there was a big rumor that they were planning to make a Ninja Turtles game.
That would be interesting.
I mean, I wouldn't even put it past them if they were going to make an adaptation of Animaniacs. I mean, CW has proven if you toss enough money at anything, suddenly it'll just happen, whether it really seems feasible or not.
Yeah.
Yes,
also,
we know
real
about
quick,
what happened to the poor Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, this is our last Predator section of the game,
oh, really?
and in my opinion, my least favorite, because the layout makes it very difficult to like really get through. Well, I do a good job of like hiding it here, but the layout in here is a lot more awkward compared to the other Predator map sections.
It's very claustrophobic.
Well, I would say it's very vertical, but definitely not a lot of, like, I would very much, it looks like, I would agree, I would very much want to prioritize, like, being up here, otherwise, when you're down there, it's not a lot you can do besides crouching around corners.
I forget, do you have the ability to throw, like, 3 batarangs at a time?
I do, but I'm also trying to wait until they're a little spaced apart from each other.
I mean, I feel like in that case, you could have probably gotten all 3 of them and at least wanned on at least 2, if not all 3 of them, and then make a quick getaway like that.
Well, I'm also kind of like a little paranoid because this particular mission tends to get me a little tense up.
I love the idea of him like, man, jeez, he goes down here. It's just a Sonic Batarang, standard issue.
Ow.
It's like, I just love the idea of them being so nonchalant, like, it's just a Sonic Batarang, classic edition, man. He hasn't even updated us. Wait a minute, and then he just gets hit by Batman right there. Like, these guys can't be looking at this going, oh, it's a Sonic Batarang. One of the rats must have left it here. Like, I would be on... I would be on high alert the second I saw anything that looked remotely like Batman's tech, where Batman's tech don't belong.
Well, they've been seeing Batman all night, so...
Yeah.
Dang it! Batman's been leaving his back guano everywhere.
I don't think that belongs to the Batman, Jerry.
Ugh.
Well, hey, look, all I know is that I don't see Batman cleaning it up, so I can at least know for certain he's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Let's blow this wall up.
And he says and they say that the Batman's cleaning up the city. Well, who's gonna clean up this guano?
Man, I think they did make a joke about that at some point. It was like somewhere where it was like, well, Batman is friend to all bats, and oh, I see what you're gonna do here. Get the Sonic Batarang. Oh, it's still on a recharge.
Well, actually, unfortunately, I can't because you know that little detonation feature, which can be really handy.
Yes.
Once you use it, it's pretty much dead until you finish the Predator section.
Ah, so it's a one-time use.
Rats. Can kind of like Spider-Man, where I could just shoot web at something. Could you just throw a Batarang at the wall, just a normal one, and like attract some guards near it?
You can, but you have to be careful because sometimes they'll also inspect where the direction it came from as opposed to the direction it landed.
Wow, these guys are actually smart. They're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't just look at what the laser pointer was wanting me to look at. Right.
Yep.
And Come on, we should be able to like hang him.
You could probably swing him. You could probably get him there. Or okay.
Oh, nuts! I thought we could like.
Well, I'm also. I think at this point I'm also hoping that one of them will be dumb enough to get ahead of that wall.
Batman / Hype is just there like, come on! I spent like 5 minutes setting this up. It's got to be worth something.
Well, there's 2 mooks there. What are you gonna do?
That'll have to do.
All bets are off.
I'm sorry. I saw so much. Like I saw how much you put into that, and I could tell from how you pressed the detonation button. Both you and Batman were really disappointed. Like, man.
You forgot the other one.
Well, no, I was going away because I figured that would have attracted that one there.
Nah, you're fine. But I'm sorry. I looked at it, Batman. Man, boom, and just like one day.
Dang premature ejac.
It's detonation. Premature detonation. That's the word.
Yeah,
you know what, James, man? Pretend the smoke is you.
No, he's fine.
Well, I'm not that paranoid.
No, really. Pretend the smoke is you. This is what I have to say about your potty mouth.
I would love if just one of these guards had like the AI attached to it that like if he sees literally everyone, he's the last person. He's like, man down. He looks around. Screw this! And he just throws his gun to the ground and just runs.
That does happen occasionally in City.
Oh, I can't wait. Because that's the smart move. Just be like, dude, man, you just took down 7 guys in front of me. I'm done. I'm okay.
I don't have a chance to get the bat at this rate.
He just like lays down, puts his hands on his back, like, yeah, okay, cool. You do what you got.
I'd like to go to jail now, please.
Well, you know what they say? Batman pays taxes. I pay taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, that is something important that I completely forgot to talk about. What we're doing right now is that what Joker's doing, he's pumping all the Titan. Basically, he's going to do what Scarecrow tried to do, but with his Titan formula. And the way he's doing it is with these... Oh, I guess I have to be further away. The way he's doing it is with these 3 pumps. Right now, we're having to disable the pumps. And we just disabled the first one.
Uh-oh, and they're getting...
What the hell happened here?
Oh, and then he just looks at Batman like, oh, that explains it. He just gets knocked out. Oh, nice.
This isn't...
Oops.
Okay, the guy who fell down the stairs should probably be out cold. I mean, you did kick him down the stairs.
And yeah, they're hyped.
it.
Remember, he can actually use his back claw in the moves.
Yeah.
Too bad it was a little too late.
No, it's fine. I wish there was some sort of fall damage accounted for. Because yeah, if you got kicked down the stairs,
There is. I just got kind of unlucky with instigating it.
all right, that should be done.
I mean, if it means anything, if ever you lose all your health as Batman, he does flop around like all the other mooks.
I genuinely enjoy like ragdoll. Like right up there, that guy got hit by the wall, by the rock, and look at him swing away. Ragdoll is fun. It adds so much to any game.
Batman, are you just gonna leave me up here? All the blood's rushing into my head.
Think of it as your punishment for that ejaculation joke.
There goes that memory of kindergarten. It's going back to me. And then just like, I'm sorry. Anyway.
And what Batman failed to realize at that exact moment is that in leaving that guy to hang, he's essentially about to break his code.
Yeah.
No. He brought it upon himself.
I mean, it's not. Technically, I didn't kill him if I just leave him strung up there until all the blood rushes to his head. In that case, you'd have to blame gravity.
Yeah, it was gravity and nature. They're the murderers, not me.
Natural causes. What you threw? Natural causes. You set him on fire. Fire is natural. Anyway.
Now you just say that, I can totally imagine Batman wielding a flamethrower.
Careful.
Right. Oh yeah, he's running out of jokes. We're really getting under his skin.
Man, it's almost...
yeah.
I will admit this game moved a lot faster than I anticipated, but like, yeah, I mean,
it's definitely the shortest of the 4 so far.
Careful.
Like, I'm kind of curious as to how lengthwise the Suicide Squad game will be, because it's allegedly going to be taking place in the same universe.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, now to get the second pump, which is guarded by these fellers.
And just one stun grenade. Do we get any like actual ranged combat in the later games besides the batarangs?
You do actually, but again, we'll focus on that once we actually get to those games.
Going back to talk about the Suicide Squad game real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find it so pathetic that not only, because I recall hearing that at some point or another, Rocksteady did petition or propose like a Superman-based game to DC, and that got rejected. And now all of a sudden we got the Suicide Squad game where it touts Superman as the villain, and it's like, that seems a little tactless if you ask me.
DC, this is the 7th time this week that you've shown Superman being the villain.
Being evil. It's like, it really is just like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I do want to give it a chance and wait until I see gameplay, but just from that initial setup, I'm really not looking forward to Suicide Squad, because a lot of it has to do with the fact that, me personally, I'm kind of getting burnt out from seeing the Suicide Squad everywhere, like, especially that particular lineup that they're using, like, always Deadshot, always Harley, always Boomerang, so on and so forth.
I will still say that I like what they did with Boomerang in the game, it looks like, with his mobility factor.
Well, they had to do something to make him interesting.
Correct. You're absolutely correct.
But there's that. The premise is that apparently they're being hired to kill the Justice League because apparently they're being brainwashed by Brainiac to be evil, which is why, you see Superman with the purple eyes, and you do see a giant Brainiac ship in the beginning. But it's one of those things where it's like a combination of me being burnt out on Suicide Squad, seeing a trope that is now pretty much a puddle that used to be a dead horse, the whole evil Superman thing.
Yes.
It's like, call it heresy, but I feel like Gotham Knights, which a lot of people are less excited about, I feel like that's offering more interesting things by comparison.
I'm super looking forward to like a video game interpretation of the Court of Owls after all I've heard about them.
Not to mention, it's nice to see the Bat Family get their proper desserts again.
Right, a whole like for the little people. But no, it's I guess the other thing is like now that you've like outright told me like the plot like as a premise, like this
for
is
Suicide
weird.
Squad, or
yeah, because I've been thinking about it like with Suicide Squad. Like it only just now clicked to me like, who would look at, wow, this one individual has brainwashed, like, I'm assuming the entire Justice League, like Batman, Martian Manhunter.
Well, not Batman, because remember, he's dead.
Right, but like Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I'm assuming when they say Justice League, they mean the Justice League. I can't imagine,
or at least the Justice League members that DC are fine with them killing off. Because they're not gonna have Superman get murdered.
But I'm saying, backing up, like, I'm thinking about this, like, even as a government representative, like, who, because I think it's the government that, like, control the Suicide Squad, more or less, when it comes down to that.
More so Waller, but yeah.
A present for you. I one of those should do damage, just to, like, really catch you on your toes. Anyway, with a unique death animation. Anyway.
Uh-oh.
Joker,
So
no
it's
joking.
time for another Mook Rush.
Joker,
Yeah.
no joking.
Joker, no joking. Joker, no joking. Oh man.
He actually just backs up, like, it's like, boss, what are you doing? He got it fair and square. I mean, I got my man in my way. Anyway, is that I don't understand Waller looking at it and
Oop.
oh, hey, Titan dude, I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
Detective Vision really ruins that surprise, doesn't it?
Kinda does.
Man, just takes away all the fun.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue your thought.
Who would look at, okay, this one individual has controlled 6 to 7 of literally the most, like, toughest, most superpowered individuals in the entire world. Yeah, let's go fight the 6 to 7 super tough, powerful people in the world rather than take out the one guy who's pulling the strings. Like, I don't understand their strategy with this.
Well, I think it's an instance of they don't know who's... again, I'm just going off speculation. I think it's not like...
to the ground.
Yeah. Like, just going off speculation, I don't think it's, like, publicly known that Brainiac's controlling them, so as far as Amanda Waller knows, it's like, Superman's killing people. We should probably do something about that.
That's fair. You can never tell with Brainiac and them and Mind Over Mutant Time, yay! I still love the punch kit sound effect you have for them being whacked.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I would honestly just find it it would take it even less seriously if they literally just used a freaking cartoon slap sound effect like in Rayman.
Yeah. Anyway,
might as well
feature
at some
rodeo,
points.
Nice. Also voice crack because I'm just having too much fun. So, what's the...
Whoa.
excuse me. Oh, that should have kicked. That should have like knocked him over.
Ow.
See, I think I'm thinking of like, in terms of having this other fight here. I guess another thing that like I'm curious like to hear everyone's like thoughts on, especially now that I'm learning more about it, is speaking of other detective-like people with slightly less normal means of solving crimes, like the big little reveal we saw this go get him. You're looking good, sailors. Anyway,
Mac.
is the reveal of Sam and Max coming back out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, like
Ow.
I'm honestly kind of split because on the one hand, I'm glad to see Sam and Max being relevant again. On the other hand, it's a VR experience, and as a gamer, I'm required to hate VR. So,
Well, it's a gimmick, and it's difficult to like how to put. I don't know. It's expensive, and I don't have the space for it. And I guess people are what people are upset about is that when it's VR, it's inherently now it's exclusive to a platform that if you don't have it, you're never going to be able to experience it.
well,
There's no way
aren't
to
there a
port
lot
it.
of games that technically have their VR optional?
There are, but only if it's designed as such. But like for instance, I don't believe Half-Life Alyx is VR optional because there's so much that requires you to use like those hand-on controllers to like reach in and grab stuff. Like unless they're gonna pull some weird Octodad controls, I don't see how they could do that without those tools. Like I would say like with some VR games, it's not so much the headset that they're concerned about; it's the way that you're controlling and interacting with the world.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, hell, if all VR related games were VR optional, we would have done that one Psychonauts game by now.
Oh yeah, Rhombus of Ruin. I know, because Rhombus of Ruin looks cool, and I'm still looking forward to the sequel. But yeah, I am thrilled to see Sam and Max returning in some capacity, because at least I can now say this franchise isn't. Oh, he tripped over his own dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Like, I do appreciate being back. I love that they pretty much got the same actors from the Telltale series to reprise their roles.
Oh yeah.
For Sam, at the very least. I think Max, they brought back his actor from Inventory, too.
Yeah, most likely.
And then Sam, I believe, is the same as always from Telltale.
And Steve Parcell is still supervising the project, so at least we know that there'll still be the classical Sam and Max humor to go around.
Yeah, so, like, we know, if anything else, they'll at least have good writing.
I mean, at the very least, I'm definitely going to watch footage of someone, like, going through the whole experience, but just, yeah, I guess the most feeling is, like, darn, I wish I could, that's me, no, it's not me. I wish I could play it, but I'm personally not going to really ever get invested too much into VR, especially when, like, there are other things I'm saving up for and stuff.
Which is fair.
Like PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna fit my PS5 in my devil damn room.
They do, apparently, again, from what I heard, they do have an option to flip it on its side, so it doesn't have to stand up all Seto Kaiba-like on the
Which I'm
top
still wondering how that's
tower.
going to be possible, considering how that thing is designed.
Apparently, I'd heard that the Seto Kaiba collars I'd heard somewhere that the Seto Kaiba collars can actually be removed if you just want to have just the console by itself without the collars for decor, which honestly would make me wonder why even worry about packaging them in the first place unless you want to really have a nice, like, pretentious looking design. But
I know.
Maybe.
and then I'll probably just get the physical version, because as much as I do get digital lately, like, I feel like I would rather have the option to get something physical in case somebody doesn't make it digital for whatever dumb reason.
I agree.
Whoa.
Like,
Whoa.
I'm usually, like, unless there's no choice in the matter, I usually prefer to get physical copies. Because there's just something about owning a game physically that just feels so natural.
No, I get it. It's like, it's the feeling of like, yes, you own this. It can't, for whatever reason, be taken away from you, a la Scott Pilgrim.
Right.
Man. Anywho's, so we have everything we need for the antitoxin.
Yep, we pretty much created it. Like, thankfully it finished getting made before Ivy got a chance to wreck the Batcave.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be really awkward if we had to keep on developing it on the spot.
So our main priorities, we got Zaz is counting on you finding. Okay. So
Yeah, that's just a riddle that's in the area.
So I guess in terms of like what we need to do, I guess, yeah, you said the priorities that we need to find Ivy, stop her from ripping apart this entire facility, all Audrey 2 like, and then oh crap, she's taking down the lighthouse.
Not the lighthouse.
Yeah, honestly, like, that, it really goes to show just how far like her plant control is. Like, if it gets any farther, she might actually start wrecking stuff in Gotham proper.
But Batman's a sensitive sort, and he doesn't want to go into the gardens without some positive reaffirmation from his best friend.
Jack Napier.
Joker, I need a pep talk. Can you help a bro out?
Let's see what he has to say.
Oh, there's 3 Jokers.
4 Jokers.
Oh my god,
there's
there's a lot of
5
Jokers.
Doc, I said, every time I get into bed, I think there's somebody under it. I get under the bed, I think there's somebody on top of it. I was going crazy, so I cured myself.
Really? How'd you do that?
I cut the legs off my bed, and then the doctor. Slept fine ever since.
You know, I have to say, I don't really see the practicality of that cure. I think you might need to reinvest in new medication.
Gotta have that investigated. But, okay.
What are you talking about, Bats? It's free!
His dark sense of humor is always there. Well,
Hello there, gentlemen.
look at that funny gate.
Oh yeah, the crazies are still out and about.
Doop.
Oh,
And thank you all for protecting me.
I actually completely forgot about the Maniacs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they kind of lose their prominence after the buds start popping out.
Right.
Oh, yeah, but they're still around. It's
Jesus
just that...
Christ, look at all those riddles.
Riddler toxins
yeah.
in the air.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah,
has to know.
I guess that's something that we didn't... I guess that's something we kind of glanced over. Like, you'll find maps throughout Arkham that pretty much pinpoint the locations of, like, riddles and trophies and whatnot. And yeah, they'll be represented as, like, green question marks on your map.
Remember that one time when the Riddler made a freaking TV attachment that literally sucked out the smartness out of people's brains and applied to his own?
We don't talk about that movie.
What?
It's Batman Forever.
Yeah, but I completely forgot about... Man, that was a dumb movie, and it made Two-Face look like he was made out of, like, gum.
Clay.
Bubble gum.
Dude, Two-Face in that movie may as well have just been the Joker, but with Two-Face's aesthetic.
As far...
Honestly,
Go ahead.
honestly, you say that. I argue that both Two-Face and Riddler are basically just like 2 halves of a Joker in that movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
I should ask, like... I don't even... It's not... Why am I saying, like, I should? Like, I'm just curious.
What do you think you can do, Batman?
Oh, first, snipers.
I am everywhere. My babies know your every
This isn't the same actress from the animated series, is it?
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay, because it kind of sounds similar.
Just
Well,
random...
I wouldn't be surprised if she took inspiration from it, but it's a different actress. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's voiced Ivy for quite a few things. Like, she's voiced Ivy in pretty much every Arkham game, except for one of the mobile ones. She came back to voice her in Injustice, too.
Cuts to us punching one of those pods again, and that demonic voice is like, quit it!
Mommy, Batman's punching me again.
That hurts! Like,
You're just delaying.
stop it! It just
How
keeps
about we make it
punching me.
even more gross? Imagine if those were zits.
Oh!
Out you go.
Yeah, I'm just taking care of the snipers before I continue to the gardens.
Oh, I forgot this is the way the garden. I thought we were by the gardens earlier, and who did that?
That's just, again, more roots about and whatnot.
I'm not leaving until I find out who did that.
Yeah. And now I'm just trying to determine my direction. That's where I have to go.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Joker Forever, not Joker Forever, Batman Forever was something, to say the least.
That sounds like something Joker would do. He would make a movie of himself called Joker Forever.
Who's to say that hasn't been done already?
I'm sure it has. Just have to look.
Right.
Door.
And I've never had this
Dang-
happen before
dang
where the
these
door
loading
actually
screens.
loads.
There it goes.
They thought and here I thought the revolving door animations would have been enough, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's like... That's very infrequent, honestly, because they're usually pretty good about, like, hiding their loading screens.
When I finish with Batman, I'll be coming after you.
Well, how's that for gratitude?
You see?
I don't know, Joker. What Pamela Isley was wearing there was anything but,
I mean, I know, I tried to give her something more tasteful. I said at least put on some pants, but no.
Careful.
Don't you love those double meanings?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, come a long way. Now that I guess since we are approaching the end of the game soon, is how I guess how to put it? How tedious would you say it is?
Rude to keep a girl
Shut up.
waiting.
How tedious would you say it is to get like fully every single upgrade? Like, do you have to really do a lot of grinding or like repeat playthroughs to get all that?
I wouldn't really
experience?
say.
Oh.
Honestly, as far as like experience grinding, it's actually a lot of it is kind of on the way. Like for example, like getting all of these, which isn't really that hard. I'd say as long as you're like very thorough, it's not that it won't take you that long to like get to max level, or at the very least get every upgrade.
Okay. Well,
So yeah,
Long way to go.
now we're pretty much going to take the fight to Ivy. So join us next time for the finale of Batman Arkham Asylum, where we finally put an end to this devil damn nightmare.
holy crap, we're about to do it.
Holy plantations, Batman!